What's up YouTube, DMLX here, and today I want to share my top 10 most wanted content in a Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix DLC package. Now it hasn't been officially confirmed that Kingdom Hearts 3 will have a Final Mix version in the form of DLC, but based on Tetsuya Nomura's comments on potential DLC and the overall success of the game, odds are more content is on the way, and maybe dropping sooner than we think. The funny thing about Final Mix versions of Kingdom Hearts games is that they're pretty much DLC expansions before DLC expansions were the cool thing to do back in the day. And the content that is usually provided in Final Mix games include extra gameplay features such as new Keyblades, collectibles, abilities, new enemy types, and additional bosses to fight, as well as story updates that range from new/extended cutscenes, or in Birth by Sleep's case, a secret episode. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 Final Mix even provided additional footage to their secret endings, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got more Yozora action in a future update. And with that being said, let's get on with the countdown. First up is more secret bosses. No disrespect to the Dark Inferno. It had a cool Heartless design, with a flashy moveset, and wields badass weapons. But honestly, this secret boss is a walk in the park compared to previous secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts. Whether you're talking about Kurt Ziza, the Phantom, and even Julius, for Christ's sake! All I'm saying is I want to go up against a secret boss that keeps me more on my toes in combat. And I don't want to force myself to fight the Dark Inferno at level 1 just to get a sense of that competitive edge. As for recommendations as secret bosses, how about let's bring back the one-winged angel himself, Sephiroth, in one last bout for old time's sake. And maybe we can have Sora team up with Cloud as well, and even weave in Sephiroth's final form, also known as Safer Sephiroth, for an extra flare of excitement towards the battle. Also, I wouldn't mind having Yozora as a secret boss. He seems like he would be a formidable opponent against Sora. Maybe the way Sora can access this boss fight is through Andy's TV screen, acting as a portal to the Verum Rex world, similar to how you gain access to the Lingering Will in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, my last recommendation for secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix would be the addition of data battles in the form of the real Organization 13. Because let me tell you, when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 Level 1 on Proud, the organization was no joke. Square Enix can pretty much have it set up the way it was in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, by adding a hidden area in the Keyblade Graveyard and take on the data versions of the real organization, mano a mano. Another fine addition to a Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC package would be the inclusion of more Keyblades. Now I'm not saying that the Keyblades we have in Kingdom Hearts 3 aren't great, because actually most of them are some of the best in the series. It's just that the Final Mix versions of Kingdom Hearts games tend to add in a few new Keyblades to play with to spice things up. Whether you're talking about the one-winged angel after beating Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1, or obtaining 2 become 1 after beating Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2. There are plenty of scenarios I can see in Kingdom Hearts 3 where Sora could possibly obtain a new Keyblade. For example, maybe Sora can earn a new Keyblade after completing the final world. You have the option to forge an Ultimate Weapon Plus that has the classic Ultimate Weapon color scheme from previous titles, or like the Starlight Keyblade, bring in more weapons from Union Cross, like obtaining the level 25 version of the Ephemeral Keyblade after beating Sephiroth, or even Moogle or Glory after crafting all the synthesis items. I mean, could you imagine the Keyblade transformation for the Ephemeral? Man, I'm getting Avid Children flashbacks just thinking about it. Alright, this request has to deal with story content. I would like to see a cutscene that showcases closure for the Lingering Will, because one of the most bizarre moments that happen in Kingdom Hearts 3 is that the Lingering Will saves the day with the most badass intro in the series and gets a good few hits in on Terranort, and then he's gone just like that. No explanation whatsoever. Did Terranort end up winning the fight? Or did the rest of the 13 Seekers of Darkness gang up on the Lingering Will altogether?
The sound of your leather jackets is excruciating!
But here's hoping with a Final Mix DLC, we may get the answer we're looking for. Another gameplay element I'd like to see added in a Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix would be the addition of Genie as a Link summon. Links for the most part in Kingdom Hearts 3 are relatively useless, aside from Simba, whose King's Flare is probably one of the most powerful abilities in the game. So why not balance the scale of power a bit by adding another powerhouse Disney character linked to Sora's heart? Genie has been a loyal and reliable summon in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and as long as it's not the Fresh Prince of Agrabah Genie, then it's all good.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Moving on, I believe being able to explore the Mysterious Tower would be a nice addition in Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix, which was cut from Kingdom Hearts 3 for some unknown reason. If you remember a couple years back, footage of the Mysterious Tower was first seen at Jump Festa, and the world looked great. The Mysterious Tower was updated with lush greenery, a jaw-dropping skybox, and was even used for a promotional image to pay tribute to Final Fantasy VII. Plus, the world logo was animated into the game. which let us know that developers did have plans for the mysterious tower to be playable, unlike Radiant Garden, which did not have an animated logo. But I guess for some reason they felt not to do it because they felt the world was a bit irrelevant at the time. It's still unknown at this point. Maybe we'll get some answers in the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania. But shit, I'd take Mysterious Tower over 100 Acre Wood any day of the week. Even if there wasn't much to interact with in that world, at least we would have been able to beat up on some Heartless. Alright, so you know how Kairi and Lee end up getting bodied during the Keyblade War, with Lee getting lasered down by Xemnas, and Kairi getting
Backslash!
Yeah, I'm starting to think that Merlin probably wasn't the best teacher when it comes down to learning how to use the Keyblade. I mean, think about it. In Kingdom Hearts 1, the amount of training Merlin gave Sora was hitting his goddamn furniture! Ultimately, I just want more context on Kairi and Lee's training, whether it's through additional cutscenes, gameplay, or both. Yeah, you keep drinking your sugarless tea, you wrinkly old At least Yensid helped in the final battle. There's been a lot of talk about bringing back the Coliseum tournaments in Kingdom Hearts 3 as DLC, which would be a great idea, but I think the better option would be to bring back the Mirage Arena. First introduced in Birth by Sleep, the Mirage Arena is a world designed to host a variety of arena battles and minigames at the player's disposal. Basically, the sky is the limit when it comes down to what can be implemented into the Mirage Arena, seeing that it's a world that can simulate practically any scenario. I mean, we fought the Monstro for crying out loud! What sense does that make? You know, I enjoyed my time playing as Riku in Kingdom Hearts 3, which probably lasted up to a total playtime of 1 minute, but it was still pretty cool. All I'm asking for Square Enix to do is to be able to explore a good portion of the Realm of Darkness as Riku with Mickey by my side. It could even just be the same area that was playable in 0.2 Birth by Sleep, and I would be completely satisfied. Speaking of 0.2 Birth by Sleep, one of the new gameplay features I loved about the game was the addition of objectives, which was a great way to keep players engaged with the game after beating the story, and seeing that earning customized clothing is probably not going to be an option, how about rewarding the player with stat boosts, synthesis items, and even ingredients after completing specific objectives? The amount of objectives Square Enix could come up with to keep the players busy would certainly benefit the game's lifecycle in the long run. Last but certainly not least, the addition of Critical Mode as well as New Game Plus. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Critical Mode and New Game Plus dropped as a free update in the coming months, but as of right now, I'm keeping this request on my list. Furthermore, there's been a huge discussion within the Kingdom Hearts community that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a bit too easy, even when setting the difficulty on Proud.
Shit, that's just too easy! No, that shit is too easy! It's too easy! No. That shit is too easy! Fuck it. I don't want to play no more. I'm through. I don't play no more. We don't want to play no more.
And it seems the only way to receive a true challenge is by doing a level 1 restricted playthrough. However, fear not, there's been a form of Critical Mode discovered in the code of the game, and is playable, that is if you have the hacking tools to access it. I still find it a bit odd that Critical Mode didn't launch with Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe Square Enix is still trying to implement new gameplay changes and restrictions for a more challenging experience. As for New Game Plus, which has been a popular new mode for games in the past couple of years, will be a great addition to Kingdom Hearts 3. Traditionally, New Game Plus is where the player will be able to replay the game's story from the beginning, but with the same level of equipment, stats, and objectives you earned in the previous playthrough. The main reason I see this mode being a possibility in Kingdom Hearts 3 is that if you noticed in various trailers, Sora wields a Keyblade to that specific world in cutscenes, when in actuality you can only obtain world-specific Keyblades after beating the worlds in their entirety. Story-wise, that is. Of course, one could say the reason Square Enix is showing off these new Keyblades in cutscenes is for marketing purposes. It still sells you the potential idea of New Game Plus to be implemented into the game. So there you guys have it, those are the 10 things I would love to see in a Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix DLC package. Let me know what you'd like to see in a Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC expansion in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, it really helps me out. Subscribe for more content from me on Kingdom Hearts and other games in general. I'm DMLX, I'll see you in the future.